Well, I had friends here for yesterday, seeing how it was, telling them about everything that's going on. It was nice seeing them, but it was very exhausting, and I did more talking than I'm used to, which on one point it was good exercise, and on the other it was very, very exhausting. I love them to bits, but it was hard. And when they went, had something to eat, and I was in bed by 8:30 last night, and I slept like a log. So got up this morning, went to the doctors, found out that it isn't sinusitis that's been giving me all the problem. It's hay fever. So the antibiotics were for nothing. I can live with that. At least I've got what it is. But hay fever this early, it seems so unusual. Well, apparently there's a lot of people been suffering. So yeah, I'm one of the many this time instead of one of the few. Um, doing not a lot today. I had very much a rest day because of yesterday. I was wiped. It really does wipe you out. People don't get that you love seeing them, but it takes up so much energy because being present and communicating with them is, for them, it's a normal thing, but for me now, I have to think about the articulation, the breathing, being able to swallow, so I'm not dribbling like a fool while I was talking. And then, if I ask you a question, you'll have to think of what words can I use from my vocabulary that I can get out at that time that makes sense without sounding like an idiot. And you're doing that constantly, you're permanently gauging how you phrase and rephrase everything. And sometimes running through sentences 2 or 3 times before you actually speak. That is hard. So, yeah, that's why I was tired. Today, well, I did do my exercises, and one of the ones that I've been given by the physio was with a tennis ball. As I said, catching a tennis ball, oh yeah, like I've done that since I was a kid. But set myself a challenge. I catch the ball 10 times, and eventually I could do 10 times running. So I carried on, and when I kept going, I was going for about 5 6 minutes, and that may not seem much, but you try it. Try catching the ball with face down, so the ball up in your hand each time. 5 minutes solid. It does cramp your hand, and now I'm sure that I can do it. When I was doing dinner today, I did dinner. I could cook without burning the house down. Yay! And while I was doing that, I was dancing around the kitchen because it's balance. It's balance on one foot, movement and motion. So it was dancing around the kitchen to Betty Boop, and I'm not embarrassed to admit it. Well, maybe a bit. And I was singing along as well, and I worked out why singing is easier at times than talking. With singing, you know the text that's being sung. You know where the breaths are, the diaphragm movement, the pause. So it's just then basically the mouth articulation because you know everything else. So I was singing, I was dancing, I was cooking, I was not burning the kitchen down. It was a lot of fun. So it's I'm finding the amusing along with the chaotic, and as long as I keep having fun, as long as people appreciate that I'm not avoiding my friends deliberately, but it's tiring. I can't be, I need to have time for myself. I, I know people care, I know people are concerned, but sometimes you need to be alone. You need to rest and recover before you can face people, even if they were only visiting. It's not that I'm refusing help, far from it, but this is part of the recovery for me that I need to rest. I hope they all understand. I think they will. Okay.